Oh, is this like an only child syndrome? Like, I'm just gonna worry about me. Like, you selfish bitch. I literally don't dance. I'm like petrified of dancing in public. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. Balance is the thing. Wait, me?
Big sight, big sight, big sight, big sight, big sight.
Enjoy your mind trip, but don't trip on your mind. No man is safe from the war going on outside.
Another update. I'm thinking about how I'm having trouble lately deciding how guarded to be with people and like how open I want to be with people around me. Because I feel like I'm back and forth because I can't decide. But then someone told me recently that you don't need to make like a concrete decision on anything, because if you're always changing or always evolving, then like what's the point anyways of making a concrete decision? So it makes more sense to just like not worry. I don't want to say not worry about it, but like be okay with being either or. But I feel like a lot of other people need your concrete opinions. Yes or no, this or that, which is like the dichotomy of our world right now. That makes it difficult for someone who has varying opinions on a lot of different things, but also likes to talk about a lot of different things. It's like, well, what do you want to say? Well, I have a lot of things I want to say, but do I want to share it with you? Because it's so in-depth and it's a lot. And it's like, well, this is kind of a meaningless encounter if I can't like fully dive into whatever we're really talking about. So it's like, do I even bother? And then I started to think about balance and how it's probably all just a nice balance in between. And balance is relative. It's all relative. Ugh. I'm also trying to like worry about the self more and like not worry about like external factors anymore. And I'm like, oh, is this like an only child syndrome? Like, I'm just gonna worry about me. Like, you selfish bitch. But I put my mental state at a #1 priority, just as I feel like anyone should. I feel like I'm talking too much now. I found this the other day. Words cannot describe how excited I was to find a miniature glass container of my favorite apple juice, which it usually comes in like the big glass jugs. I should just grab it. Okay. This is the original jar. Like, what? I was literally ecstatic. I was so excited. I love... Oh. I like got too excited there for a second. I'm like, fuck. I almost winded myself of excitement. I was really excited about this apple juice. Like, I'm gonna have these things forever. I'm like thinking of all the things that I can put in it. I'm like, I'm just so excited. I need some fucking chapstick. And I said it right there for myself because I'm like, I know you're gonna say that in a few hours. And I want you to find it easier. I like leave little messages for myself. I'm like, okay, I know I'll think back to this moment when I'm feeling this way or whatever, and I'll be like, oh, like I said that, it's all good. I'll be like, you are completely fine right now in this time and you're not worried about anything. And just like, I take that feeling with me and I'm like, oh, I remember. It's usually, okay, like when I smoke weed, I'll say. When I smoke weed and I get anxious, I'll be like, oh wait, before I smoked weed, I was completely fine. Just if I get like too wrapped up in my headspace. Which like, I don't blame myself for it because my mind is pretty fucking interesting. And I like exploring it. Like, what the fuck? Why shouldn't you? But balance is the thing. That's the That's the message of this story, which is just, it's always balance. I feel like I come back to the same core things each time I'm like in like a certain headspace for a long time, and I'm like, oh yeah, balance, like all this basic ass shit. And I was also thinking about how all like the super cliche life sayings are like so accurate. I'm like, oh, all those dumb things everyone say are just like so deep. And like maybe I'm just like reading really into it. I'm like, oh, grab that one, resonating with it. But it's also like, damn. Like all those things are actually like legit. Oh. Oh my god. Okay, please, is anyone else as excited about this as I am? Because I think it's pretty fucking cool. I'm like really excited about this YouTube thing, but I guess there's no buts about it. I'm just like really excited about it. And like it's what I've always wanted to do for a really long time, so I'm like, I'm finally doing it, and I just like need to like put all my energy into it and make sure I don't not do it, which I'm doing it right now. Like, okay, I'm proud of myself, low-key. But I mean, I'm just really excited about it, and I don't want it to fail because I start a lot of projects and I don't finish them, which like, okay, I'll just like pick it up another time, whatever. But this is something I want to like be consistent. So, which is easy. I mean, like, I kept the being vegan, like that's a consistent thing. I know I'm like, yeah. I just need to choose the things that I want to be long term.